Good morning, dear students. In the previous video, we were doing the exercise of chapter number 1 and we have done it. We have discussed these things. Now, today in this video, we will talk about relative clauses. This is very important. Look at these sentences. All morning Lenko, who knew his fields, intimately looked at the sky. One sentence. The woman who was preparing supper replied, "Yes, God willing." These two sentences are not the simple sentences. You can see this symbol is also used and the structure is a little bit different. So we will just read what is this. The italicized parts of the sentences give us more information about Linko and the woman. So if we read the sentence, which are the words, which is the which part of the sentence is going to give you information about Linko, who knew his fields intimately. This one italicized, the woman who was preparing supper, and this one. So these are relative clauses. So basically, what are relative clauses? They are telling you something about the main object. We call them relative clauses. Notice that they begin with a relative pronoun. This is who. These are relative pronouns. There are many more pronouns like this. So these are the relative pronouns and these are the relative clauses. Other common relative pronouns are whom, whose, and which. They are very commonly used. The relative clauses in A and B above are called non-defining. They are non-defining because we already know the identity of a person they describe. Linko is a particular person and there is a particular woman he speaks to. We don't need the information in the relative clause to pick these people out from a larger set. We have read about them already. A non-defining relative clause usually has a comma in front of it. You can see, usually we have a comma. Some writers use a dash instead, as in the story. You can see here also. If the relative clause comes to the end, we just put a full stop. Then here. Now, from the sentences only, you will be able to know. I often go to Mumbai. Full stop. Mumbai is the commercial capital of India. So, with using which as a relative pronoun, we are supposed to turn it into a relative clause. So, it will be like, I often go to Mumbai, comma, which is the commercial capital of India. Instead of this full stop, we will use comma, then here we will use which. Then my mother is going to host a TV show on cooking. Full stop, she cooks very well. Who? We will put who. Now we will change the structure of the sentence. We will not use who here. It is written wrong in the book. We will write it my mother, comma. Then we will describe about my mother. My mother, comma, who cooks well, comma, is going to host a TV show on cooking. Then, likewise, you will do these three sentences also. Okay. Sometimes the relative pronoun in a relative clause remains hidden. Example, look at the first sentence of the story. So you can read it by yourself. Now, next, using negatives for emphasis. So, next one, using negatives for emphasis. We know that sentences with words such as no, not, or nothing, they are negatives. We use them as negatives, obviously. So, what they show to us? They show that there is absence of something or contradicts something. For example, this year we will have no corn. Absence, corn will be absent. The hall has left nothing. So, sorry, the hail has left nothing. So, but the hail has not left absence of a crop. There aren't raindrops falling from the sky, they are new. So, here contradiction contradicts the common idea of what the drops of water falling the sky are. Now, but sometimes negative words are used just to emphasize an idea. You can read it. Linko had done nothing else but see the sky towards the east, means he had done only this. The man went out for no reason than to have the pleasure feeling the rain on his body. He had only this reason. I hope you are understanding that sometimes negative words does not show us the absence of anything. They just show us that something very important is being emphasized. Linko showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money. Here he showed no surprise at all. Now look back at example. Notice that the contradiction in fact serve emphasize the value or usefulness of the rain to the farmer. Now from these examples you will get the clear idea how to use negative words. The trees lost all their leaves means not a leaf remained on the trees. The letter was addressed to God Himself. So it was nothing less than a letter to God. The postman saw this address for the first time in his career. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. So these are not easy, but they are not so tough as well. You can do them after the practice. Now metaphors. I hope you all have read about. Let us now continue with metaphors. Metaphor. The word metaphor comes from a Greek word meaning transfer. Metaphor is a kind of device that is being used in writing. In writing poetry also and in general writing we use metaphor. What is a metaphor? Metaphor compares two things or ideas. It compares two things and ideas. A quality or feature of one thing is transferred to another thing. We don't use as and like in using metaphor. We directly transfer the feature of one thing to another thing. With the help of example only, you will be able to understand the leg of the table. Basically, we do not have legs of the table. Leg is a part of human body, right? The leg supports our body. So, this feature we have transferred to the table, the leg of the table. The part which is supporting the table, we are calling it a leg. So, the leg is metaphor. So, the object that supports a table is described as a leg. The heart of the city. We all know that heart is very important organ of body, whether of animals, whether of human beings. But non-living thing like a city, I don't think that a city will have a heart. But still we are using the term heart. So that means it is describing the central area of the city, the heart of the city. So here the heart is a metaphor. In pairs, find metaphors from the story to complete the table. Try to say that what qualities are being compared. One has been done for you. Cloud. So, in the beginning only, huge mountains of cloud. So, what quality or feature is compared? the mass or hugeness of mountains. So next is raindrops. So you can say new coins, 5 and 10 cents also, or a curtain of rain. That means the draping or covering of an area of by a curtain means the rain has covered all the area. Hailstones, the frozen pearls. So here what this shows, it shows the white color and firmness, hardness of a pearl. Then locusts, they are showing plague of locusts means consequence. Then influenza, again the same. Then linco, an ox of a man, hard working like an animal. That is, object is linco, human being. So likewise you will be able to know. Likewise, suppose someone runs very fast in your class. What you can say? He is a cheetah of the class. So basically he has not become a cheetah, but the quality of running fast has been taken up here. Okay, so this is known as metaphor. So in the next video we will do the other things from the chapter, and maybe we can start the next chapter. So revise the whole chapter and practice these grammatical things in your notebook. Thank you. Have a nice